ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Abraham Lincoln High School. You just saw the opening pitch to Kyle Coy. It's a called strike as Lincoln takes on James Madison here on this slightly chilly April afternoon. I'm Peter Andrus, bringing you all the action. 1-1, the count now on the mound for the Railsplitters. Derek Blanco, number 8. Blanco sets and delivers. It's low, 2-1. Runners on the corners as number 42, Jaden Thomas, took a walk. 2 away, and this is Sean Mezzasalma at the bat now. And he hits it to second. They'll make the force play there, and that'll end the inning. The out cancels out the run, and we move to the bottom of the first with no damage done just yet. Coming into the bottom of the first, the leadoff batter for the Railsplitters, Jeremy Marzan. Marzan playing second base. And he will face off against Madison's pitcher, Max Young, number 28. Low in the dirt for a ball. Railsplitters come into this game 1-0. They had their opening game last week. Played through, I think it was about 6 innings. There's a strike to Marzan. In the middle of the 6th somewhere, there was the game called by the umpire. But we have been told that the result from that game is going to stand. It was a 10-2 result in favor of the Railsplitters, so they're 1-0. Madison on the PSAL website 0-2. So they're looking for their first win here today. Marzan launches it up towards center. Will they get there? Yes. One away for the Railsplitters. And that is going to bring up batter number 2, Yaniel Torres. Torres pitched in that last game. That was a great one from him. It's up high for another ball to Torres. And there's the strike. I believe that was the 3-0 pitch, so that should make it 3-1. And he launches that one to center for a base hit. Center fielder's got it, pushes, gets it to second quickly, so he'll be held to a single. And Railsplitters have their first base runner. And that'll bring up Julian Polion. Catcher goes out to have a quick conversation. That's Sean Mezzasalma. Pitcher Max Young. In on his hand, strike one, Napoleon. Runner goes, and the ball's in the dirt. Torres thinking about taking another one, but they'll hold him for one base. Torres' lead is enough to take Max Young out of his movement. Torres in that number 2 spot on the lineup for a reason. He's got that speed. Max Young has to be aware of that. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Polion. Torres thinks about stealing and then runs back to the bag. And that one just went behind the back and nicked the back of his jersey, so Polion will take his base. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up the cleanup batter, Kamani Scott. Two on and one out for the Railsplitters here in the first inning. And now it appears that maybe Max Young had a necklace on. Catcher's helping him get it off. So now we are underway with Kamani Scott. Torres goes, both runners go. It's a called strike, but the runners do advance. There's a ball. I'll be honest, I was waiting for the strike call to come from that one. It looked close. 1-1, the count to Scott. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Torres chomping at the bit over there on third. He wants a reason to run. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to Kamani Scott. 2 away with 2 runners in scoring position. That'll bring up number 8, Derek Blanco for the Railsplitters. miss for a strike. Young definitely seems to have a delivery that it's hard for these Railsplitters to read. There's another swing and a miss. Strike two. Three swings, 3 strikes, 3 outs. Railsplitters strand 2, and we move to the top of the second. Coming up for the Golden Knights should be Kyle Hall, Blake Coy, and Ryan Poidevin. Leading off for the Golden Knights, number 34, Kyle Hall, left fielder today. And he'll take a strike. Fouls that one back, strike 2. Inside for a ball. Just a bit outside. Derek Blanco on the mound for the Railsplitters here in the second. Popped up in the direction of second. Right fielder calls it and takes it. One away. That was Sebastian Lopez out there in right. Swing and a miss, strike one to number 49, Blake Coy. Starting shortstop for Madison today. Strike two. Gets him on the inside corner, strike three. 2 outs. Up high for a ball to Ryan Podevin. High and inside. Podevin ducks out of the way. Ball two. Swing and a miss, 2-1 the count. Three and one. That one would have taken his head off if he hadn't ducked. Good reflexes from Ryan. Swing and a miss, strike two, count full to the second baseman. And he gets him on the inside corner. Strike three. 3 up, 3 down for Madison. And Lincoln will take over in the bottom of the second. Diego Blanco leading off, followed by Sebastian Lopez and CJ Bamba. But it's going to be 20 degrees warmer on Monday when they play. That'll do. Like 20. Like this is 40s, it's going to be 60 degrees. So on Monday it's going to be 20 degrees warmer. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's 20 degrees in total.
No, 20 degrees warmer than this.
It was kind of warm earlier when we first started playing.
In the building is warm. Out here, if the sun is out, it's nice, but right. About to get underway here with the bottom of the second. Big story around New York today was the earthquake. Centered somewhere around Jersey, 4.8 magnitude there. Not quite as strong here in Brooklyn. But we felt a little bit of a rumble around 10:30 this morning. Ball one to Diego Blanco. ball 2 to Diego Blanco, not to be confused with the pitcher Derek Blanco. They are both occupying the 5 and 6 spot on the roster. Fouled back. Strike 2. Gets him on the outside corner. Blanco goes down looking. That'll bring up the number 7 batter, Sebastian Lopez. Lopez with a little chopper towards second. Baseman's got it, throws it to first in time, makes the out. And so with 2 outs, that'll bring up number 15, Chris Bomba. He takes strike 1 looking. Pops that one straight up. He's running. First baseman comes in and he drops it. Bomba is safe. So there's a runner on first as the number 9 batter, David Marrero, steps to the plate. I believe it was first baseman Michael Bacino that dropped that one. Hard to see in this overcast sky. Today, the big news, of course, the earthquake. Monday, when we play again, the big news will be the solar eclipse. Many students asking, what should we do? The response, of course, is don't stare at the sun. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bomba goes, ball is high, and they won't even make a play for him. He's safe at second. Marrero will foul that one off down the first base line to keep himself alive. One and two, the count to Marrero. Time called for. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning. Railsplitters strand 1. But they'll be back at the top of the lineup when they return in the third. Coming up for Madison should be the number 9 batter, Ryan Maloney, third baseman. And then they'll hit back to the top of their order, Kyle Coy and Frank Brumer on deck.
Wait, do you remember how the thing was last week?
10-2.
Like how, like in how many minutes? Like I
It
know
was the
it
middle
was
of the
six,
sixth when
but,
the
like,
umpire just called the game.
like stretch out like how many minutes?
I don't know because they did a bunch of them when I was little myself. I came over and it was like dismal.
Pitcher for the Railsplitters today is Derek Blanco, number 8. I believe he has 3 strikeouts on the day so far. He's faced 8. Coming up is the number 9 batter right now, Ryan Maloney, the third baseman, number 25 on the roster. And Maloney takes ball 1. That's a strike. Got him looking again. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Top of the lineup coming up, Kyle Coy walked his first at bat. And that one's in the dirt. Good reflexes by Bamba. He snapped up to go grab it before remembering that there are no base runners. So pressure's off. Coy is going to foul that one into the ground. Two and one now. Hits it hard to right. It's off the fence. They'll try to get him at second, and they do. Bounced off the fence in a playable zone. And Sebastian Lopez just rifles it back into second and makes the play. That's a strike to Frank Brunner, the designated hitter. And an overthrow there. Ball is out of play. And they're going to hold him at second. So Brunner reaches on an error, and the overthrow puts him at second. Swing and a miss, strike one to Michael Bocchino, the number 3 batter and first baseman for Madison. Grounded out in the direction of third, his first at bat. Two outs and a runner on second. Blanco will keep the runner honest. Swing and a miss for another strike. Pops out up towards first base. It's foul and caught. And that'll end the inning. So Railsplitters show a little room for growth in their fielding, but no damage done as we remain at a 0-0 score. Top of the lineup coming up for the Railsplitters, Jeremy Marsden, Yaniel Torres, and Julian Bolione next up. Marsden steps to the plate, bottom of the third. 0-0 the score. Max Young on the mound for James Madison. Marsden asks for time. Umpire obliges. Fouled back. Hit hard to second base. And he's safe. The pitcher, first baseman dropped it. That'll bring up Yaniel Torres. Torres with the only clean hit for the Railsplitters so far. He singled in the first inning. He'll chase Marzin back to the bag. Runner goes, and he's got enough of a jump, they don't even try. He's safe at second. Inside of the buttons. Up high for another ball to Torres. Runner goes. Called strike on the inside corner, but he's safe at third. Hit to short. They'll check the runner first. They'll go and make the play at first. The play home. He's safe. Lincoln's got one on the board. That'll bring up Julian Polion. Up high by his head, ball one. Ooh, lined right to the third baseman, snatches it out of the air. 2 outs for the Railsplitters. And that brings up Kimani Scott, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. Don't know why he let that one float in. That looked like a perfect pitch to swing through. Strike one. Looks for it again. This time it's a ball, 1-1. Nice job checking his swing. And he hits that, a little grounder to short. Takes him a sec to pick it up and throw. And Kamani is going to be safe at first. Way to run it out and beat it there. He's got himself a base hit. And that'll bring up Lincoln's pitcher du jour, Derek Blanco. Inside for a ball. That one's in the dirt outside. There's a strike. Pops that one up. Second baseman's underneath it. Right fielder calls it off, and he drops it. Runners are safe on first and second. So Railsplitters have two on as Diego Blanco steps to the mound. Excuse me, the plate. Max Young on the mound for Madison. As the sun comes out, that one gets fouled back behind us. Hit hard to center, and it's over his head. That's going to bring in 2 runs easily. It could be an in-the-park home run if he's fast enough. He's going to hold up for 2, and Lincoln's up 3-0 with the RBI double from Diego Blanco. 2 RBI double, excuse me. So with a runner on second, Sebastian Lopez will step to the plate as the Railsplitters bats have seemingly come alive here in the third. Low for a ball. Max Young starting to feel the pressure a bit here in the third inning. Railsplitters doing a good job, a small ball to bring the runs in. And Lopez is going to take a walk. First walk for the Railsplitters. It was a hit by pitch earlier, but other than that, they've had to fight their way onto the plate. And now that's going to bring out a meeting on the mound for James Madison. So we could have some switches coming here. See if this speech is motivational or if they're taking him out. Max Young will stay on the mound. And there's a strike to Chris Bamba. The Madison coach was out there, saw him giving a little bit of tough talk to some of his players, as it is a couple of errors that have allowed some of these runs in, or at least some of the base runners for the Railsplitters. Marzin reached when first baseman didn't pick up the catch. Derek Blanco reached when the right fielder dropped the ball. Both of them managed to come home. That's two of the runs right there. So definitely a point from the Madison coach that your fielding is what's hurting you, not your pitching. Bamba fouls that one back to keep himself alive. The pitch up high just curls over Bamba's head. He was ready to take that one for the team. Didn't even try to duck out of it. Fouls that one back to keep himself alive. That one skims off. Looks like a hit by pitch. Will load the bases. And that brings up David Marrero, the number 9 batter for the Railsplitters. Catcher Sean Mezzasalma going out to have a conversation just to calm Max Young down. Remind him that this game is far from over, and he's got 2 outs. Down in the dirt, but it doesn't get away from him enough for the runners to go. Misses the outside corner. Marrero, a lefty. A little harder for the right-handed batters to pitch to. I'm sorry, right-handed pitchers to pitch to. Outside again. No. Catches the corner for a strike. Up high for a ball. And he'll walk. Lincoln's got 4 on the board. And Lincoln's batted around and bringing back the top of the lineup, Jeremy Marzin, who led off to start the inning. Marzin takes strike 1. Fouls that one back. Marzin reached at the beginning of the inning when the first baseman missed the catch and dropped the ball. He then stole his way to third, and Torres brought him home with a sac. Ground out. And that one puts him on his backside. And it's a ball off the outside corner. Believe that's a full count. Now to Jeremy Marzin. Runners go, but it's a walk. Lincoln goes up by 5. That brings up Yaniel Torres. Maybe the last batter you'd want to face in this situation. Torres with one of the better batting percentages on the Railsplitters. I don't have official stats on that, but I feel it in my heart. So I'm going to say it's true. As Torres proves me wrong and stares at strike 1. Up and inside for a ball. ball two. Hits it to the gap in center. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI double for Daniel Torres. Lincoln up 7-0. So tack on 3 RBIs. Runners on second and third, and Lincoln leads 7-0 as Julian Polion will take another shot at the bat. He lined directly to the third baseman earlier in the inning. That one's up high for a ball. The second baseman misses that line drive. That ball can roll very far along Lincoln's football field-sized left field. Swing and a miss. For a strike to Polion. Polion pops that one up by short. Nope, center field coming in. And 2 runs will score on the single as the fielders bobbled it. Lincoln up 9. As Polion drives in 2 RBIs. Don't know if that counts as a single for him or a fielding error. Guess a fielding error. They really should have caught that one. Mentioned it is overcast out there today, so balls way up high are very hard for them to track. And that's going to bring up a new pitcher for Madison. Stepping to the mound for them is going to be number 45. That's going to be Richard Mezasama.
But it's 10 after 5. And we have 9 now. So we score 2 more runs and then we hold them for 2 more innings and it's over. Good.
And Kamani Scott steps to the plate. Kamani singled his last at bat earlier this inning. He's 1 for 1 today. 1 for 2, rather. Check Polion back to the plate. He is safe. Runner advances to second. I think the call was a balk. Monty takes a strike looking. That one's up high for a ball. Get him on the inside corner for strike 2. That one's outside for a ball. Full count to Kamani Scott. Ooh, that one comes inside and hits him. So he'll reach on the hit by pitch. Polion had run to third, but he'll have to run back to second. Runners on first and second. Kamani Scott is on base for the second time this inning. This will bring up Derek Blanco. Blanco earlier this inning popped up in the direction of right field and they dropped it, making him safe at first. Blanco also the pitcher, if you remember, back when the Railsplitters were in the field. And he hits this one. It's a grounder towards right. And they overthrow. He's going to be safe at first. And everybody gets a base, and that'll bring in a run from the error. Lincoln leads 10-0. That one was not the first baseman's fault. It was a bad throw. And that's going to bring Diego Blanco up. Diego had a 2 RBI double earlier in the inning. Takes ball 1. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. If you can believe it, those 2 outs came on batters number 2 and 3 in the inning. They have had 2 outs ever since the first 3 batters for the Railsplitters this inning. But here we are on batter number 15. In the third inning. There's a strike to Diego Blanco. Calls it a strike on the inside corner. Diego thought it was 2 inside. And that one is high and outside. Diego will walk, and the bases are loaded again. Sebastian Lopez back at the plate. Lopez earned a walk earlier in the inning, but he takes strike 1 on the outside corner here. And that one's in the dirt. But the runners stay. There is quite the wall of sandbags along the backstop, so ball in the dirt very likely not going to go too far. Be quick for the catchers to play. Swing and a miss for a strike. And it's a called strike 3 to end the inning. We go to the top of the 4th, but the damage done. Railsplitters come into the inning with a tied 0-0 game. They leave the inning up by 10. Coming up for the Madison Golden Knights, assuming they don't have any changes in their lineup with the new pitcher coming in, should be number 4, 5, 6 spots, Jaden Thompson, Sean Mezzasalma, and Kyle Hall. Diego Blanco will continue on the mound for the Railsplitters. I hope he stayed warm. Here comes Jaden Thompson. Jaden walked his first at bat back in the first inning. First pitch foul down the first base line, out of play. That one in on the inside corner for a ball. That time, Diego finds the corner. Strike two. Strike three. That'll bring up the catcher, Sean Mezzasalma. Mezzasalma takes strike one. Fouls back for strike two. First base ump says he checked his swing. No strike given. And there's called strike three to Mezzasalma. And that'll bring up Kyle Hall, number 34. He'll take ball one. Kyle popped one up to right field his first at bat. It was caught for the out. Back in the second inning. Strike one called. Hit hard to center for a base hit. And it's going to take an unfortunate bounce off the fence. They'll hold him to 2. It's a double for Kyle Hall. And Madison's putting something together here in the 4th inning. Blake Coy coming up to bat now, number 49. Coy takes strike one. Ball low, 1-1 the count. One's going to get fouled back to West Avenue. It missed all the cars. We always listen for the unfortunate doink. Timeout called for. Diego Blanco calls his catcher to him for a quick conversation. That's outside. Popped up high in the direction of right. And it's caught. Sebastian Lopez doing the work. Blake Coy pops out, and we move to the bottom of the 4th. Remaining on the mound is Richard Mezasama. He came in partway through a very tough 3rd inning for the Golden Knights. up for the Railsplitters, the number 8 spot, Chris Bomba, the catcher. And Bomba just stands there and takes it. Second hit by pitch for him. The last one came just inside on what was a ball 4 anyway. I wasn't actually sure it hit him or not, but it looked like the umpire motioned that it had gotten him on the fingers. So Railsplitters have a runner on. David Marrero now up for the Railsplitters. He walked his last at bat. That one will be in the dirt. Bomba will go to second. Excuse me, that's not Chris Bomba out there anymore. They brought Bomba in to put his catcher gear back on. Pinch running for Bomba is number 2. Number 2 is Robert. I'll get his last name for you later. I can't read the handwriting on the lineup. And there's a walk. Marrero will go to first. Robert Salsa running for the Railsplitters on second base. First pitch is a ball to Jeremy Marzin, top of the lineup for the Railsplitters. They have runners on first and second. Currently no outs. Marrero will duck out of the way of that one, and the runners will advance to second and third. one will get away from them. The runners think about it, but they don't go. It's a walk. So Marzin walks for his second at-bat in a row, and that'll bring Yanil Torres up for a bases-loaded, no-out opportunity. Torres takes strike one. And he hits that. It bounces off the glove of the third baseman. And it's a one-run single for Torres. And his fourth RBI of the game. That brings up Julian Polion. Pitch is outside for a ball. Dirt ball 2. And it's a chopper towards third. They'll step on the bag to get the force. And Polion's going to be safe. So one out, one run will score. Runners on first and second. So now it's 12-0. Runners on first and second. One out, and Kamani Scott will step to the plate. And that wild pitch will advance the runners to second and third. Another wild pitch. That's going to bring in another run. Railsplitters up by 13. Runners on first and third. As Kamani Scott earns a walk. It'll be another meeting on the mound for James Madison. And that's going to be the end of Richard Mesosalma's day here for the Golden Knights. I'll get you information on who's taking over as soon as I can see his number. And it's number 51. That is and the right fielder makes the catch. Kamani Scott will stay at first, but the runner tags. So 2 outs. Lincoln up 14-0 on the sacrifice fly from Nathaniel Quiss. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm sorry. Nathaniel Q. I'm not going to embarrass him. Leo Guerrero now at the bat for the Railsplitters. Takes strike one. This is an exciting moment for me. Leo is one of my freshmen in the media class. Fouls that one back. I didn't announce it, but on first right now is Yadel Lorenzo. I believe he was hit by a pitch to get there. Swing and a miss for a strike from Guerrero. That's strike 3 and out number 3. We go to the top of the 5th. Railsplitters up 14-0. If they lead by 10 at the end of this set of batters, that will be the ball game. Yanil Torres looks like he's taking to the mound for the Railsplitters. He's going to finish this one out. Coach Cruz, having put in a couple of his less experienced players in the field, he'll put one of his most experienced arms on the mound to close this one out. Coming up for James Madison, the numbers 8, 9, and 1 hitter, Ryan Poidevin, Ryan Maloney, and Kyle Coy. Poidevin 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ryan Poidevin steps to the plate. First pitch from Torres. And he hits it to third. They make the play. One away on one pitch. Playing over in third base now was Lincoln's pitcher. Well, is Lincoln's former pitcher, Derek Blanco. And that'll bring up number 25, Ryan Maloney, the number 9 batter for James Madison. And he'll stare down strike one. There's strike two as the sun returns to Brooklyn. Chopped that one foul. Keeps himself alive. Ball two. And he puts that into play towards second. Leo Guerrero picks it up, makes the throw, and the play. The amount of cheers from the Railsplitters on that play makes me think that they did not have too much faith in Leo Guerrero in taking care of that one, so good for him. We're all proud to see the play. Kyle Coy now up for James Madison. And he takes strike one. That one's by his head. 1-1 the count. Called strike two. I'm sorry, I said that was Kyle Coy. It is not. It is number 14. Giordano. Thomas Giordano. That gets away from catcher Chris Bomba. Goes through the gap in the fence. I believe it's a full count to Giordano. Called strike three. 3 up, 3 down. And that should be the ball game. 5 innings played. Railsplitters will take this one with a 14-0 win. Great game by them. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. And as always, thank you to my wife for supporting my media habit. We'll be back with you with another live stream of Railsplitters baseball this coming Monday. It's actually a baseball-softball double stream, and for the first time ever, we're going to try to bring them both live to you. We'll see how that goes. See you then. Thanks for watching.